You bring your dog into the bathroom, turn on the warm water, and reach for the shampoo, thinking you are doing exactly what is best for their health and hygiene. For us, a nice bath is relaxing. But for many dogs, this everyday routine feels like an absolute nightmare they cannot escape. At first glance, a shivering, panting, or completely frozen dog might just seem a little dramatic or stubborn about getting wet. But what if this common reaction means something much deeper than just hating water? What if the innocent grooming habits you believe are keeping your dog clean and healthy are actually triggering chronic stress, weakening their immune system, and silently shortening their lifespan? The truth is, your dog has been trying to tell you that these bathing routines are terrifying them, but their polite pleas for help are often completely ignored. Many dog owners face a real struggle when it is time for a bath, a nail trim, or a thorough brushing session. You might often see your dog hiding under the bed, trembling uncontrollably, or desperately trying to escape the bathroom. It is so easy to brush this off, assuming they are just being stubborn or simply hate water, like many dogs do. But canine behaviorists tell us a very different story. From a psychological standpoint, these reactions often point to genuine panic rather than bad behavior. When we push through their fear, the chronic stress from improper grooming doesn't just damage the deep trust between you two. It can actually compromise their immune system and negatively impact their overall health. In this video, we are going to break down the 6 most common bathing and grooming mistakes that could be silently shortening your dog's life. Based on canine behavior research, veterinary insights, and real-world observations, we will show you exactly what your dog is desperately trying to communicate. Let's dive into the first mistake and see if you are accidentally triggering your dog's anxiety right from the start. Number 1, forcing your dog into the tub when they are terrified. When your dog clings to the bathroom door frame, violently backs away, or stiffens their entire body at the sound of running water, it can easily look like stubbornness. Many owners believe that by simply picking their dog up and placing them in the water, they will eventually realize it is not so bad and calm down. However, canine behavior researchers have observed that repeatedly forcing an animal to face a terrifying stimulus triggers a psychological state known as learned helplessness. Every time you drag a panicking dog into the tub, their brain is flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone. Over time, chronic cortisol elevation severely weakens their immune system, making them far more susceptible to illnesses that can shorten their life. If your dog eventually stands perfectly still in the tub, they are likely not being good or compliant. They have actually shut down. They are frozen in panic because they feel a complete loss of control over what is happening to their body. Instead of forcing them, practice desensitization. Bring your dog into the dry bathroom, give them high-value treats, and create positive associations before you ever turn on the tap. Let them explore the space safely on their own terms. But even if you get them into the tub calmly, the very water you use might be causing them silent agony. Number 2, using human temperatures for water and dryers. You might notice your dog panting heavily, squirming continuously, or desperately trying to climb out the moment the water hits their coat or the blow dryer turns on. We naturally assume that a nice warm bath and a hot blowout feel as relaxing to them as a luxury spa day does to us. But a dog's baseline body temperature is already higher than ours, and their skin is significantly thinner and much more sensitive. Veterinary behaviorists often note that water or air temperatures that feel comfortably warm to a human hand can feel scalding to a dog. This sudden spike in body heat can quickly lead to overwhelming thermal stress or even heat stroke, putting extreme pressure on their heart and internal organs. Your dog is squirming because they are enduring intense physical discomfort or even pain, but they do not have the vocabulary to tell you it is too hot. Always use lukewarm or slightly cool water when bathing your dog. When drying them, use a highly absorbent towel first. If you must use a blow dryer, always set it to the cool, no heat setting, and keep the nozzle constantly moving at a safe distance from their skin. If this is helping you understand your dog better, take a second to like this video and subscribe. And stay until the final sign, because it is often the one owners miss the most, even though it is the exact mistake that can completely shatter the trust your dog has in you. Speaking of trust, There is one specific grooming tool that instantly triggers a life or death survival response in many dogs. Number 3, punishing your dog during nail trims. When you pull out the nail clippers, your dog might violently yank their paw away, growl softly, lip lick, or pin their ears flat against their head. Many owners interpret this as the dog being disobedient, dramatic, or trying to assert dominance, leading them to scold the dog or pin them down tightly to get the job done. Studies on canine anatomy show that a dog's paws are packed with highly sensitive nerve endings designed to feel the vibrations of the ground and maintain balance. Deep inside their nail is the quick, a sensitive bundle of nerves and blood vessels. When you grab their paw forcefully and apply pressure with a strange metal tool, it registers in their brain as a direct threat to their survival and mobility. Yanking the paw away is a deep, instinctual reflex to protect themselves. It is not an act of rebellion. It is an act of pure self-preservation. Never punish or yell at your dog for protecting their paws. Instead, trim a little bit at a time. If they are terrified, trim just one single nail a day rather than forcing a full pedicure, and always reward them immediately with a high-value treat to build a positive emotional association. Protecting their paws is crucial, but what about the way we protect their skin? You might be doing too much of a good thing. Number 4, overbathing. Due to obsessive cleanliness, days after a bath, your dog might constantly scratch their sides, chew on their paws, or develop flaky, dry skin that looks like dandruff. Because we want our dogs to smell like lavender and be perfectly clean to sleep in our beds, we often bathe them every single week, genuinely thinking we are keeping them healthy and hygienic. However, dermatological studies on dogs reveal that their skin secretes natural oils that create a crucial protective barrier. This barrier protects their skin flora and supports their immune system against external pathogens. Washing them too frequently with harsh, scented shampoos strips these essential oils away. This leaves the skin incredibly vulnerable to chronic inflammation, yeast infections, and environmental allergens. Constant skin infections require medications like steroids or antibiotics, which over time can take a heavy toll on their liver and overall lifespan. Your desire for a fresh-smelling pet is inadvertently destroying their natural immune defense, making them itchy, miserable, and chronically stressed. Only bathe your dog when they are genuinely dirty or smelly, which for many breeds is only once every month or two. If they get a little muddy after a walk, simply wipe their paws and belly down with a damp cloth instead of doing a full bath. While stripping their natural oils is dangerous, stripping away their fur in the wrong way can be downright lethal. Number 5, shaving double-coated dogs in the summer. After a summer shave down, you might notice your dog acting lethargic, panting much harder on short walks, or developing red, sunburned patches on their exposed back. It seems like common sense. It is blistering hot outside, so taking off their thick fur coat will definitely help them cool down and feel more comfortable. But breeds like Huskies, Golden Retrievers, Pomeranians, and Corgis have what is called a double coat. Veterinary science explains that this double coat acts as a highly sophisticated thermal insulation system. It keeps them warm in the winter, but crucially, it traps cool air against their skin and blocks the sun's dangerous UV rays in the summer. When you shave a double-coated dog, you are not cooling them down. You are entirely stripping away their natural armor. You are destroying their biological ability to regulate their body temperature, drastically increasing their risk of deadly heat stroke and skin cancer. Never shave a double-coated dog down to the skin unless it is strictly medically necessary for surgery or severe matting. Instead, regularly brush out the dead, loose undercoat to allow cool air to circulate freely through the longer guard hairs. We have talked extensively about physical health, but the final mistake is the most heartbreaking of all because it directly damages your dog's mental health and shortens their life from the inside out. Number 6, ignoring your dog's calming signals. During a bath or brushing session, your dog might yawn widely, even when they are not tired, turn their head completely away from you, squint their eyes, or repeatedly lick their nose and lips. Because these tiny movements are so subtle, we often do not even notice them, or we simply think the dog is acting quirky. According to canine behaviorists, these specific gestures are known as calming signals. Dogs use these nonverbal cues to diffuse tension, communicate discomfort, and calm themselves down. It is their highly polite way of waving a white flag and saying, "I am overwhelmed. I cannot handle this right now. Please stop or be gentler." When you continuously ignore these polite pleas for help and blindly force them through the grooming process, your dog learns a devastating lesson. Peaceful communication does not work with you. This realization leads to immense frustration and chronic stress. Eventually, it forces them to escalate to growling or biting just to protect themselves. This constant state of anxiety, the breakdown of communication, and the profound loss of trust are the silent killers that truly shorten their life. Learn to speak their language. If you see your dog yawning or lip-licking during grooming, pause for just 30 seconds. Take a deep breath, give them a moment to decompress, and speak softly to them before continuing at a much slower, gentler pace. Show them that their voice matters. Grooming your dog is never just about keeping them clean. It is a profound test of safety and trust between you two. Whether you are forcing them into a terrifying tub, using water that is too hot, punishing them during nail trims, or ignoring their polite, calming signals, these everyday mistakes do more than just ruin bath time. They trigger chronic stress that silently compromises their immune system and shortens their lifespan. Understanding your dog is not just about reading their behavior. It is about deeply respecting the physical and emotional boundaries they are desperately trying to communicate. When you groom them with empathy, you directly extend their life and preserve their inner peace. The next time you pick up that shower head, will you choose to be their safe haven or a source of anxiety? If you learned something new today, subscribe for more quiet truths about canine behavior. And to discover the everyday habits that secretly destroy your dog's trust in you, watch the next video.